Welcome, travelers of the internet, to Twin Recording. This is your host, Master Barkle, playing Pillars of Eternity. We left off exiting out of that cave. We made a spear. Cool stuff. You know, it took a part of my soul, but that's not important. It didn't actually weaken me, as far as I can tell, anyways. But we're going to continue on to Twin Elms, and while along the way, we're going to do the long hunt with Sagani. Help her find Persok, I believe it was. Yeah, Persok. And at the same time, Pallegina needs to broker a trade agreement with the Anonymous in Twin Elms. So let's get to that, eh?
Not a problem.
Some loot over here. Must miss that. Dead adventurer. Did I just... Can't believe I false looted it. Takes us to Elm Shore. But we're not done exploring the Stormwall Gorge just yet. Spotted Stalegar. These guys are like lion horses. They're really tall. Really long legs. And they got saber-tooth teeth, too. Lizard scurries under the rock. Oh, you come back here, I want to pull your tail off. Commit animal abuse or something. Oh. Peter's coming to get me. Moss has taken root in the damp stone. So why does all of this flood? What's up with that? Because there's like a whole forest down here. Why does it flood?
Audra Arch, dead ahead.
Audra Arch, dead ahead. Let's head north. There's a deer. We got ogres. Man, a lot of ogres. Dang, they were kind of dangerous. Yeah, apparently it is pronounced peridot, not peridot. Hindsight Barkle taught me that one. What's in the cave? Just ogres? Elm Shore Cave. Let's go for it.
Laying low.
What we got here? More ogres?
Othek were them.
Dead on!
Oh, that's a clan of ogres wiped out.
Not a problem.
I don't think we really needed them, though. They didn't seem that important. The bones have been snapped and crushed by massive teeth.
I can do that. That's settled.
Gauntlets of ogre might and fen walkers. Defense against struck, paralyzed, and hobbled. Okay. Cave coral. Cave coral. Noish, noish. Alrighty. Elder stag. It's a nice looking bridge there.
Audra Arch, dead ahead.
We've said that before. Rain blights down. Oh, here's some Audra. And more problems. Okay. Is this the arch? It's a funny looking arch. It looks more like a single pillar. Get over here, Tunk. Stability, sturdy. Alright there, Jarretts. Look like you're having fun. Well, don't keel over, Durance. You'll be fine.
Not a problem.
Just a little while longer. Wait, this does a bit more here. But yeah, there's the Audra Arch. The Audra Arch looms in front of you, just as you saw it through Persoc's eyes. Sagani turns, watching the trees for movement. As the arch's shadow falls over you, the wooded shore fades into a different scene. You're standing in another forest. Blackened, bare trunks claw their way out of the soil and keep a solemn vigil over the young trees and tender shrubs. You move slowly through the woods, and the ruins scattered throughout them. Stone pillars and broken arches show the bones of some destroyed building. Between and amidst it all are elves and Orlans, their faces painted and their bows drawn. Burnt trees, crumbling ruins. I'm glad you don't recognize it. That suggests you haven't been lurking around ruins where you don't belong. Ravius eyes you intently with a wagging finger of feigned lecturing. Sounds like you're describing the desolate stretch in the mountain slopes north of Twin Elms, site of an old battle from the War of Black Trees. Okay. So we gotta head north of Twin Elms, I guess?
Yeah.
What? I'll follow you. She counts the arrows in her quiver before adjusting the weight on her shoulders.
Strange feeling near the end of a hunt. Like an itch on the end of my nose. I feel like we're close.
You sound surprised.
After all this time. A part of me had already accepted that I'd never find him. That I'd be stuck wandering like this forever. I didn't believe you at first. Still didn't until now.
What do you mean? I did watch your stuff this whole time, lady. Oh my goodness. Nobody ever believes it when I'm a watcher. Adair, do you believe it? Do you believe me? What changed?
Spent this much time around anyone since the long hunts in Nasitak. But I've gotten to know you. Seen how you deal with Kith. Whatever else you turn out to be when we find Theos, you're honest. I know you wouldn't lead me astray in this.
When have I ever lied? What I mean is, thanks. No one's done this much for me in a very long time. Feels almost like I'm part of the village again. Then let's press on. Of course, I just gotta figure out what I'll tell him. What do you think you'll tell Persoc?
It depends on who he is now. I'd like to think that traveling for 5 years entitles me to give him a solid earful about all of it. But what really matters to someone in Persoc's position? The village he left behind? The family he likely won't remember?
He's a new person now. I'm not sure any of it really matters.
If this matters, then what's the point of me even finding him? Or of you finding Theos, for that matter?
We're doing this for others at this point. Because I've pretty much accepted not having sleep. So I do this for the Deerwood. Save all those children.
I feel better already.
And let's move on.
Anyone suspected of treachery must be reported at once.
Okay. Can we talk to him? Oh.
Good, you have come. You have heard of the recent defections from our order caused by this apostate in Kratom.
Yes, I have.
This is a dangerous woman whose lies spread like plague. She inspires chaos, sows conflict. Because of these unusual circumstances, I am speaking to all our initiates personally to ensure there is no more dissension.
You mean because she was one of us?
Who she was no longer matters. If her following continues to grow, there will be war, and all our work will be undone. You were recruited from Kratom, were you not? You must have known this heretic woman, Yavara.
She was my mentor.
I pray her old teachings were less blasphemous than the new. Was it worthwhile, this mentorship?
I learned to be strong in my convictions.
Indeed. If she had held true to hers, we wouldn't be in this position. I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
I understand, Your Eminence. And whoosh, they're gone. What? There's piggies. Can't pet the piggies? I mean, they probably don't want to be touched. But they're not running from me either. I've hit the Hearth Song. What we got here? Ritual site? Golden trees. Alright. It's under that bridge. See what that means. Antelope. Dying monk and a Stelgar.
Die!
They didn't stand a chance. What a week. The man on the ground gasps for air, clutching his chest as he struggles. On closer examination, you see his red cloak obscures the full extent of his injuries. His face whitens as blood pools around him. Please, traveler. He reaches out, arduously extending his hand to you. What happened? Forgetful. So careless. He mutters, blood seeping from his lips. Cuts on my knuckles from morning's practice. He holds his blood-soaked hand out in front of him. The Stelgars. They smelled the blood on me. Thought they found their next meal. The man reaches down to clutch his left leg, his finger running along a jagged length of bone protruding from his knee. They were almost correct. The man eyes you with a glimmer of recognition. You are the Watcher. I am told you are dishonest, manipulative. What? Who told you of this stuff? What? Who told you I'm dishonest or manipulative? Who? What? The man bites his lip, shaking as a wave of spasms rock his body. You are all I have in my final moments. Please listen. I was on a mission to deliver. Okay. I'm gonna tend to your wounds. So you can finish your story, you know. As you move close to help, the monk places his hand on yours and gently rebuffs your efforts with his remaining strength. Your intentions are kind, but I must embrace my suffering and ready my soul for its next journey. This must be delivered to my order. The monk weakly grasps for his satchel, drawing from it a messenger's scroll case. Take it. He rasps, waving the missive at you. It needs to be carried to the celestial sapling. Give this to my brothers. They will reward you. Do not open it. The contents are for my brothers only. If the seal is broken, they will. Blood erupts from the man's mouth, streams of red oozing down his neck. His head slumps backwards, and his body goes still. Okay, well, I don't know where your order is, dude. He's got some money, though. Yoink. Now, I am a looter of dead bodies, if, you know, that's what you want to accuse me of, but dishonest? No, I honestly steal from everyone. Lord Bjornwigar, a cruel ruler from the north, has arrived at your stronghold in the hopes to gain an audience with you concerning a local rebellion. Of course. Well. Estremor, still.
Tread carefully, Estremor.
The warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city? The 6 tribes of Air Glanfath welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthsong district. You are free to explore it. But do not let your feet stray into the other districts. Those are forbidden to Estremor in. Why is it forbidden? Twin Elms is a sacred city, built where the first keepers of the stone met the builders. It exists alongside the works of the builders, and it is the only place in all of Air Glanfath where it is permitted to set foot among these sacred places. The Estremorin, however, do not have proper respect for the stones here. His words trigger something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Adra. Just as quickly, the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you the permission of the city. Only Anamenfoth Bethwil is present in the Passage of the Six today, and she has her own troubles. Jerks his head at a long hut in the middle of the district. Okay. I'll keep your words in mind. Best that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears, and the riots have ended, and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more. Okay, so Defiance Bay is safe-ish once again.
Never been out this way before. Hard to believe it's the same country.
Yeah, it is very wild. People in fur skirts and stale guard just wandering about willy-nilly. Alrighty. We have to go to the Celestial Sapling. That monk told us to. What? Oh, we're in a tavern. We're in a treehouse tavern. Ah. That's interesting. Okay. So where is... Have a moment. I would like a word with you.
Gods keep you.
Me? Quineth? Swineth? We'll go with Swineth. Or maybe Queeneth. I think we'll go Queeneth. A slender woman in dusty leathers locks eyes with you. It's good to see someone from more civilized lands around here. Her unkempt hair sprouts in wavy black tufts. Despite the fine features that sculpt her face, cleft chin completes her boyish appearance. Oh, tomboy lady? I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Glanfathan hospitality. Her gloved hands come to rest on the pommel of a long stock, cinched low on her hip. I can almost forgive the hostility toward outsiders, but the temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks, inexcusable. I hope I don't seem too forward, but I need to help my friends, and you look like the right person for the job. Which is to say, you're not Glanfathan, making you the closest thing I've got to an ally in this paranoid land. And allies, well, they help each other, do they not? What help do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Glanfathan scouts. And not just any mob of local zealots. The Fangs. The Fangs are a brutal, relentless bunch, eager to make an example of some troublesome outsiders. I also understand that the Glanfathans usually attack you if you're looting their ruins. Well, at least not their ruins. The Ingwethan ruins, the builders, so to say. So, they probably deserve the attention, troublesome outsiders. As for why I need your help, I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming. And I need someone ready to fight if it comes to that. She taps her hand on the pommel of her stock. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do. But if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold, so this might require spilling blood. Why aren't you with the Friends? Are you a scout for them? It was my turn to handle Far Patrol. I spotted the Fangs on my trek back to camp. I knew that rejoining the main group would risk leading the enemy right back to the expedition. I know the woods and I know how to stay quiet, but I didn't want to stake my friends' lives on my ability to sneak past expert hunters like the Fangs. If they're expert hunters, and... okay. If they noticed me warning my friends, we'd have been overrun. But if they noticed me and some reinforcements, like, say, you, well, at least then we can scare them off or put up a good fight. What'd your friends do? Just setting foot in Air Glanfath is a good way to offend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. I suspect one of our newer scouts didn't cover his tracks well enough. When I spotted the Fangs, they were retracing a path the expedition had taken days before. I guess I'll help. Excellent, I knew I could count on you. Assuming the Fangs didn't already get them, my friends should now be at around a pilgrim's trail in the North Weald. The plan was to camp along a trail leading to a temple of Hylia. Finding my comrades, warn them the Fangs are coming, and help them clear it out of the forest. I'll head out first on my own to see if I can't lead the Fangs astray and buy us some time. She pulls her stock a few inches out of its scabbard and cracks a smile. If the gods smile on us, we won't have to draw steel. Should it come to that, I'm glad you're on our side. Right. Dope. Monk. Hi, Monk.
How do you do?
Probably the one I need to talk to. I bet another monk sorry. The monk massages his temples. His face buried in his palm. As you approach, he looks up. This room needs a proper door, he mutters. My brothers and I rented this space that we may have some measure of privacy in this foreign land. Perhaps you can find another room here at the inn. Well, you see, I met another monk in robes like yours own, and he died of his wounds right as I found him. And he gave me something. The monk's eyes widen. His fists curl in a crackling barrage of popping joints. Robes like ours, you say? Was he carrying anything? Did he tell you anything? Hand you anything? Please, we've been waiting for another of our order to meet us here, and if you found him... Well, here's the missive. Hand me that. I mean, this is of great importance. Breaking the seals, the monk unrolls the handwritten scroll contained within and quickly reads the message. His lips breathless, mouthing the text. He turns to address his brothers. My brethren, the Arch-Martyr has sent word. At long last, we now have what we need. The Arch-Martyr. I feel like you guys are monks to Skane or something now. Thank you, stranger, the monk says, folding his hands in front of him as he bows deeply. Your honest soul is to be applauded. I admit, I was surprised when you handed me the message. I expected the seals to be broken. Why does everyone think I'm a dishonest, manipulative person? Like, I wasn't even dishonest with that kid. I just bullied him for treasure. I don't understand. I'm glad to see common decency is not yet lost from this world. Here, your honesty must be rewarded. Yes. The Earl is pretty reasonable, only collecting 44 copper pieces, but those bandits, unbelievable. That is too much money to take from me. Too much money. Well, I can't go anywhere to Old Song or Elms Reach, so let's go to the Passage of the Six, I suppose. Alrighty, what have we got in here, huh? Troublemakers? Keepers, compasses, cranes, stelgars, arrows, and brambles. In this hall, all 6 Glenfathan tribes come together as one people. Or at least, Tradition suggests we try to behave as one.
Wait. I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anamenfa.
Why are you so quiet?
If a Valian deal with the Glanfadens weakens the Deerwood, it could mean war for the Republics in the future.
What other option do you have?
I could put the idea in the Anamanfath's head that the Republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Deerwoodens.
Well, nope. I don't understand anything about the trade, but sure, go ahead. Follow your heart, Pelagina. She nods her head resolutely.
Another Estremor. What do you want?
Careful. This woman's young for an elder, and looking to prove herself, I think. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
Few Estremoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious.
Well, you see,
There are reasons we don't let you Estremoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
but this time you have to let me because I'm a watcher, and that other visitor was Theos, and he's going to like do some black magic and sorcery and really hurt you. And I could help with that because I'm a watcher. I'm afraid not.
Looters have grown bolder at the sights of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly, you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Anamanfath continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
Okay. A vision of an Orlan man appears near Bethwill. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with him. He points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shapes of 5 other Anamanfatha. Another Orlan with tawny fur and a scarred face, a frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orlan, and 2 elves. You're angry about something. I hear it in your voice. What is it? Are the outrages I listed for you not enough? Trouble brews, and none of it is my choosing. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces and leans forward as if struggling against a gale. The angry Anamanfath winces. War. The spectral Orlan's voice is a rasping croak. They're headed for war. Remind them of Farewell's warning. Does Farewell's warning mean anything to you? Farewell's soul image gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Anamanfath. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estremorwen.
You'd better explain yourself.
The Builder's souls have touched even the Estremorwen.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anams, a watcher of souls.
That's right. I'm a watcher. That explains much.
Feralt's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Feralt, My ancestor on my mother's side was Anamfoth of our tribe then. When the Estromoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Feralt urged the other Anamfotha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed.
Smart man.
Feralt believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed the builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, he worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations, and you can see where we are today.
After 2 wars with the Deerwood, his warning is more relevant than ever.
While Feralt's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
An image of a polished Adra cube flashes into your mind. There is writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read it. The Anamfoth turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. You can't change the past, but your choices now still matter. She looks at you sad. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estromor came through here a few days ago and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estromoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estromoran to protect the ancient places that the builders left behind. The builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You again see the polished Adra cornerstone in your mind. This time the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians for their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
I know.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the Guided Compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Evron in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
In the meantime, I shall be here to assist you. One of my companions, a representative of the Valian Republics, wishes to discuss a trade issue with you. The Rollen turns her gaze towards Pallegina. Yes, the Valian godlike, blessed of Hylia. So they say. The Anamfoth's face shows no outward emotion, but her voice betrays annoyance at Pallegina's interruption. And diplomat of the Duke's Bells. I understand you were to be sent here with trade assurances from your masters. Revered Anamfoth, is it true that I was chosen to convey these assurances? It is true, not is it true, but understand that I was fashioned more for war than etiquette. The Rollen smirks slightly. In these dangerous times, perhaps it is better to send warriors to do diplomats' work. Pallegina musters a weak smile. Indeed, Anamfoth, regarding the exclusive trade agreement. Just nod head. Pallegina steels herself. The Republics feel it would be in the best long-term interests of all parties if you maintained your traditional goods trade with the Deerwood. The Anamfoth's long ears pitch forward. A strange turn. What do the republics want then? Ta andra terrapurals. Ta andra terrapurals. Trade will be picking up quickly on them in the Eastern Reach. You will buy them exclusively from us for the next 5 years. In exchange, we will be your exclusive market for Adraban and Karol Gulan for the same period. The Anomenfoth considers Pelagina's words for several long moments. An interesting proposition, Valian. We will send emissaries south to discuss the details at greater length. Your appearance here speaks well of your Duke's intentions. Revered Anomenfoth.
That's it. My position in the Brotherhood gone. I can't believe I just made up new trade terms to the Glanfath and Anomenfoth. Postenago.
I mean, you did the right thing for the republics. Even if the Dukes can't see it from their vantage, you can deal with their disapproval later.
Verus. They have a saying in Biajepe. New gold clears even the oldest debts. If I'm right, all will be forgiven. If not, there's nothing I can do about it now.
Alrighty. What was that? I saw that little poof. Can't tell me it wasn't there all of a sudden. So is that done? What was it? Child of 5 sons. Yep. Quest is done. Alrighty.
Before I knew it, the Stelgar was on top of me, and I was face down in the dirt.
The throat. That stops him.
What? No! I was spirit shifted, and she was in heat, so I aimed for the throat, but not with an arrow.
Excuse me? So, Haravius is a druid who can spirit shift into a Stelgar, essentially. And he got in a tangle with a female Stelgar. He went for the throat, but not with an arrow, because she was in heat. And that's where it leaves off. Let's presume the best intentions for now. The god places a spear between you and the path that leads beyond the gates. Still, Estremor, the rest of the city is forbidden except by order of one of the Anomenfatha, or Anomenfatha. Trespassing in Twin Elms is punishable by death. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. The god scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. He turns to you again, his knuckles whitening around the shaft of his spear. Always too cozy with the Estremor, Win. Go then, and mind your step around the sacred stones. Okay. All are welcome in the Golden Grove. Everyone except Estremorwin, apparently. Welcome to the Golden Grove, traveler.
Hail, Estremor.
Do you seek the wisdom of our herbalists, or simply to bask in Weretha's glory? Oh, there's nothing important here, I guess.
Heravius, do people treat you badly because of how you look?
Are you kidding me? My face looks like a cautionary tale about the dangers of wild animals, and I'm even shorter than other Orlans my age. People just like to heckle me.
Why do you sound like that? It was like she was a mile and a half away. Jeez. Screaming at. Let me read it for her, I guess. Don't overlet them. Be proud of who you are. They're the ones who should feel shame. So I guess Pelagina also suffered a lot of bullying because of Birdhead. Haravius, you got mauled by a Stelgar, so you know, sucks, but it is what happens. Noon frost. Looks really cold over there. Hadia's shrine's looking a little desolate, I gotta say. Let's take me to the North Weald. That's gotta be where Persock is.
It's glowing.
Yes, it is. And there you have Pillars of Eternity for today, everyone. Searching is half the fun. Life is much more manageable when thought of as a scavenger hunt as opposed to a surprise party. This is Master Barkle from Bryhelm Recording, signing off.